You just bought a microscope or you already had one, and you want to take high-quality photos and videos with it. There are a huge number of solutions on the market, both professional and inexpensive, and today we will try all the available options with you. You can have a binocular or trinocular compound or stereo microscope, it doesn't matter. I'll show you the way how to create a high-quality 4K or even high-resolution images with different budget. In short, adding a camera to your microscope makes your discoveries more fun, shareable and memorable. In this video I'll be using Zeiss Axiolab 5 microscope with LED light source, A-plan objectives and a phase contrast condenser, just to make sure that the image quality of the microscope is more than enough and it will not affect our test. On top we have a binocular photo tube with a 50-50 ratio between the eyepieces and the camera. Chapter 1: iPhone. We have a limited budget, so let's find a solution. This blue electrical tape works just fine. It literally looks like the most unprofessional thing on this channel, but it works. At least it's possible to capture some videos. Quality is not the best, but it's kinda normal. We have some problems with the field of view and vignetting, but we can crop the image later. Improvement. I ordered a special adapter to mount the smartphone on a microscope, but I forgot the one important thing. The diameter of this smartphone holder is 23.2 mm and it's compatible with the old-style thin binocular tubes only. You can order a special adapter, but I have the better solution. Now it's on the second place of the most unprofessional things on this channel, and the field of view looks so bad. It doesn't work well with my iPhone 12, so let's try the iPhone 15 with 3 cameras. Maybe it will be better. And it is. At least a little more convenient. I can't say that the image quality is brilliant, but it's better than nothing. So the pros and cons are listed on the screen. It's cheap, it's easy, and at least you can start with it. Measuring and using a scale bar with an iPhone is tricky, but we'll come back to this at the end of the video. Chapter 2: Interchangeable lens camera. In my case it's Fuji X-S10, but it could be almost any camera available on the market. It's better to use an APS-C sensor with a crop factor of 1.5, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. We will use a 1X C-mount adapter and the special adapter ring. Let's talk a little bit about C-mount adapters. The C-mount thread is the most common interface for microscopy cameras. Almost any microscope camera with a sensor up to 1 inch has this thread. The C-mount adapter is the part between the microscope and the camera, and they can be different. First, different tube interfaces, second, optics. Depending on the sensor size, we should use the right adapter. The cheapest is 1X. It has no lenses inside, only a metal tube, and it's perfect for working with a camera with a 1-inch sensor. Our Fuji has a crop factor of 1.5 and a sensor size of about 1.2 inches, and that's why we will have the visible edges of the image circle. If we connect a full-frame camera with this adapter, we will get a small image circle, which will not be the best decision. For full-frame cameras, you can find F-mount or T-mount adapters, but they are extremely rare, especially for cheap microscopes. The image quality has improved greatly. With a little correction and the crop, you can achieve beautiful results with this setup in dark field, phase contrast or even polarization microscopy. Maybe I'll be using this setup for this channel. I really like the quality and ease of working with these files and standard codecs. If you need measurements and scale bar, it's not the easiest thing to do, just like in the previous chapter. Chapter 3: Pro setup. I'll be using a 1-inch 20-megapixel USB-free microscopy camera. It is definitely not the most expensive, but it gives you a comfortable workflow and amazing image quality, especially in photo mode. With a professional microscopy camera, you have many options for both hardware and software. I will not talk much about controlling the microscope via software if it's motorized or coded, or about automatic acquisition. All this is expensive and specific stuff. But even with a manual microscope, we have quite a lot of possibilities. We can stitch the slide to get a super high resolution image. We can find the software's advanced depth of field mode, which is also very useful for working with non-flat samples. Measurements and scales are integrated in the software. We can also record videos, but here we may face codec problems. You can see the difference in video quality between the Fuji and the Pro Cam. In general, a professional camera is a very good and expensive thing. They usually have a wide dynamic range, a high signal-to-noise ratio, and a very convenient workflow for research and scientific applications. Would I recommend them for a hobby? Probably not, unless you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, because the image quality of cheap microscopy cameras is really bad. Let's compare the images and then I'll show you the bonus track. Bonus track: scale bar and measurements. For a scale bar, we need a stage micrometer. We need to make the photo of micrometer on each magnification. After we have a few options. The first is any graphic editor with PNG mask on the top layer. Or we can add the calibration information to ImageJ, TubeTech or another software for correct measurements. All you need is to simply remember or write down the magnification each time you take photos. Want to know more about microscopy? Please subscribe to my channel. Here we talk about optical and electron microscopy. Have an absolutely beautiful day. See you there.